Good morning, all, and welcome to Friday. Let's put up some music. Oh, yeah, okay, it worked this time. Good morning, Duck Pond. Hailing the Duck Pond. All right. So, we are starting out the stream today. And not exactly sure what we were doing up here. I still feel like I wasn't doing a good job of feeling what I was doing. Good morning, Brent. Still not sure what I was doing over here. So Troy is downstairs looking through games. We're about to head to Hexacon in about 45 minutes. So just so you're aware, the stream will be short today because we're going to go to Hexacon and stuff. So it's just going to be George and me for the next few minutes here, and then we're going to cut the stream short and go to Hexacon. So anyway, so there's that. And then yeah, right. And that's what we're saying. That's what Troy was saying. Troy was like, tell Brent that we will likely be broadcasting from Hexacon if we have service. So it's questionable whether we have service or not. But that's all right. Yeah, Troy. Oh, hang on. Brent says hello, Troy. That was an important discussion I was just having. So Hexacon's in town. Now the George show. He ran off. He was like, that wasn't half as funny as it should have been. All right. Hang on real quick. All right. It is up here in Broomfield. It's 120th and I-25. So I understand I'm in pretty much the same spot. If we didn't get Geek Tank passes, we probably wouldn't have gone. Because we are in that lull where we're between paychecks and all of our bank accounts are getting down to the very, very low numbers. All of our bills are paid, but all of our spare money is occupied. So I feel you, man. That's where we are. So, all right, So I got the new VESA locks for my monitor in the mail yesterday. So here are the new VESA locks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2x4 or a 2x8. I'm going to bolt this side to the 2x8 and put my monitor here, and put this monitor here, and put the second monitor up here. A $63 trash bill. What the hell's going on, Denver? Jeez. Man, and our electric bill. Holy cow. Our electric bill's like $300 something, and it's all gas, which is aggravating because like people will immediately blame our EV for it, and it's not our EV. Anyway, I got 2 of these VESA racks. We're going to build a standing podium here, which has, the hardware is coming together. It'll be a piece of wood which sits like this, and then a piece of wood like this with these VESA mounts here. And then I'll be able to take the monitors here and put them here and here. And that will be, and that should help a lot on the weird PC setup, because I'm actually thinking of putting this monitor closer, like right here, so that it'll be directly over this support strut. Because right now, when I hit this part of the stable table, or the table, it shakes everything, including the camera. So I'll be trying to build that this weekend. Not sure I'll be able to, but I'll be trying to build that this weekend. Hey, Bob, welcome to the duck pond. Hey, Dustin. Actually, Dustin, while you're here, and since you're in the duck pond, Troy is downstairs also gathering games. We'll be heading out for Hexacon in a little over 40 minutes. So we'll be heading that way. We're going to pick up lunch, and then we'll be at Hexacon at about 11ish or so, just in time for opening. So we can meet you then at any point. We'll be there until 2 today. Just so you're aware, we'll be on site until 2. I'll keep my phone with me and try really, really hard my watch should help now that I have a watch. Which, by the way, I need a Gotchaman thing. I just need a Gotchaman thing so I can do the zoom and the Gotchaman thing, And if you've watched Gotchaman, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm looking mostly at Bob, because I think Bob's the only one who actually knows what I'm talking about. I want you to go to Hexacon, Brent. If you can't, everything you talked to me last night about, we can do online. But I'd like to talk to you face to face, obviously, because then if I have any questions or whatever, it doesn't have to go through because I'm working tomorrow and I'm working Sunday. So the weekend's a mess for me, and I may or may not be able to do stuff or anything like that. I mean, come on, Bob, Dun, 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 dun. Man, Gotchaman's cool. Gotchaman's still cool. Gotchaman will never not be cool. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to move over to at least try to do a little bit of work today. Probably not going to do a whole lot of work, but well, like I said, if I could just get it to do the Gotchaman logo and flash, I could just do this, it'd be, and then, then my little airplane flies up and comes back as a jet. Yeah. Man, Gotchaman was cool. I'm just saying Gotchaman will never not be cool. for the grounds of the, whatever. Okay. One of the other things that we need to make before the next run is we have to do the GM24. Are we doing drums again? We stuck in the drum beat drum thing. Hexacon's great because it's a gaming con. This is a twofold good thing for me because one, right now I don't have a lot of money, so now is a great time to go to a convention that I don't usually spend money at. And gaming cons are not my big thing because I tend to collect things like phasers and stuff. So, and starships. I have a hard time with phasers and starships. So, you get the idea. So every time I start whistling, George materializes from somewhere else going, hey, hey, hey. Oh yeah, we used to do that. We should do that again. Donald, for you, we will start trying to get the upcoming thing. The thing that was really cool was when Geekway Homes used to put out calendars of all of the cons for the year. That was so useful because it was like a Broncos calendar, except it was for cons. And I was like, oh man, we need that. We need that desperately so that people know what cons are going on. And we used to do that, and Nerd Alert used to do that too. But maybe that's what we need to do is sit down with, if we see her, we should see I've forgotten her name again. I can see her face. I can see the jewelry she wears. Can't think of her name. Who's with Nerd Alert because she's awesome. And we usually meet every time we're at conventions because she's generally there too. And so becomes one of those things where I think we should both do that. What was I doing? Oh yeah. We need to talk about scritches, scritchy, scritch. Yeah, that's all right. All right. Yeah, that's my thought too, is if we were just to do something like that, heck, if I were to do something like that and say sponsored by you know sponsored by GS Davis Art, and go to GS Davis. You know what? I'm into this plan. We were talking about putting out stuff that's useful that people would buy. I'm into this plan. I'm going to do this. All right. Trying to figure out what the heck I was doing. What the heck was I doing? All right. Yeah, but I think I could probably print a few of them. Wonder if there's any way to print a few of them. This is a good exercise. Magnetic calendars. 10 starting at $20. if we were to do 40 of them or whatever. Yeah, I mean, you could do 40 of them for $50. That's not horrible. That's not horrible at all. Bye bye, love. Have a good day. So we aren't. So this is the standard sidearm for all Unity people. Um, so all Unity soldiers wear this or use this either with the extended um, arm here, and this extends out. So effectively, this is stun and kill. Concred. It's so funny. You keep saying like we need to make a podcast, and I'm like, it's not like we don't have Geek Tank. In Geek Tank, we just sort of chatter a lot, but in reality, it's like it is a thing. Okay. So now I know what we were trying to do here. Except I feel like this is not because the back the power pack comes out the back and ejects. Right. How many how many cons am I not involved with? It'd be a much shorter podcast. I mean, I'm noticing it's really hard to find just, well, yes, the grip is too skinny at the moment because this is just the core piece. That's what's going on here. So that's what I was saying that this, so what happens is the back part ejects out so you can pull the power clip out and then put a new power clip in. And when you do, you snap it back in and it snaps into this holder here, clack, like that. And then that becomes the back part of the grip. The front part of the grip then is, so this is just the front part of the grip, but in the inner core, um, well, with a quack, it totally does. Quack. But in general, this pistol is always going to be mostly used. Oh, I see what I was doing. I think I did this wrong because there's a slide bolt that goes through here that slides into, effectively it's a cut circuit, right? So you rotate it 180 degrees so that the kill side's out, and you slide the slide bolt in, and that connects the power source to the kill side. Then you extend the kill side out. The Orion slave girls, which are not slave girls. I think I did this wrong. I feel like I did this wrong because this should be cut into it. So we're going to do this differently because this is cute, but that's not what we're after. We're going to do new general. Okay, see you in a sec. And then I need to do image work for the back. So we'll call this grip. Right, we're going to go through and first things first, do image, put an image layer behind it. Forgotten how to do image layers. I've forgotten the face of my father. And I can't forget the face of my father. He had a great face. Good guy. Miss my dad. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to try this the old-fashioned way. And by old-fashioned, I mean I'm going to try this way. Right? Can you just set it for self-destruct? You're not wrong. All right. Because I think that I'm better off doing Booleans on this than I am anything else. So now we're going to do this. Then we're going to go to object mode. No, we didn't want that. We want that. And then we add a mesh. And we add a cylinder. We rotate this cylinder. Excuse me. And why are we so far off? It does have a scope. All right. First thing we're going to do is this. All right. I'm going to cut into the object here with U, Boolean, a difference of U, nope, Boolean, a difference, click of U, and apply. And we're going to be able to take U, so I'm going to take you like that, and then we're going to go right here. We can do all of that math at some point. We'll have to. Not today, though. I'm in art mode, not math mode. So, you know. All right. Starting to kind of get the grip going here. Getting the grip. We'll actually take you and put you in the front. We want that same kind of curve. No, I want to do this first this way. Rich Corinthian leather. Rich Corinthian leather. All right. So we'll do about that. There. And then we will take a boolean that, negative, blow that out. All right, now we have the grip-ish. And that's what happens on this guy. So there's an extender here, which extends to give it a long rifle with a stock. Both of those go click to the front and to the back of it with a sight on top, and that gives you a long rifle. When you do, you have to extend this top piece to go along this rack here, so that well, you have to do that anyway to put it in kill mode. So that's what we're going to build up, because that's part of the problem, is that we have to build this center section up correctly and stuff. So do another cylinder. And you are back. You know, it occurs to me, I do this so many times, I'm going to start copying and pasting these guys, because I'm going to be doing these cylinders, and I'm tired of rotating them 90 degrees every time. It's kind of silly. So we're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to shrink them down to here for the light, or for the bolt. It goes through the center section here. Yeah, exactly. You take the pistol and you quack it into the slide, and then it's all quacked in, and all's good. I mean, come on, it's easy, people. All right. We're gonna pull this back to here, and then we're gonna go into edit mode. Take half of it. And slide it all the way forward. And this is the lock bolt mechanism. Which we'll then put forward. And let's not make it go all the way through the device, because it doesn't need to. It is the electric bolt in the front of this. And we'll take you, and we'll say add modifier, boolean, negative, u, bork. Make sure it made that cut. It did. Good. Apply. Okay. Then we'll take this same object, whoop, not that object, and take the same object there. We'll go to one side, because I mean, already this bolt barrel needs to be that's important, man. Don't think that smart aleck dog is not thought of a lot. Stupid dog. Object mode. Go to the top. I'm going to rotate it this way, 90 degrees. And we'll push it out the front, like so. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go, guys. What did he say? Just send me the bill. Yep. Right? Stupid game. All right. Now what we've got is looking at this way. We have the bolt, which slides into the barrel units of the. You slide it all the way back to rotate the chamber, and then slide this forward to lock it into place. All right. All right. Remember, we have to keep it somewhat blocky because of the fact of the nature of how I render things. I'm trying to think about this and like, well, and it's going to be a square pull anyway. You pull back, rotate, lock forward. That'll work. All right. All right. Moving right along. The pivot on this should be dead center here because that'll put the bottom part here and the top part up here. And that puts this as the trigger assembly. Which is something I need to kind of contemplate. How do we do this front piece? I think what I need to do is make sure that this front piece comes out to here. Because no matter what, this trigger mechanism piece here needs to be able to go all the way forward to, say, here with the trigger guard. Right? So we'll move the trigger guard up to give it just a little bit of beauty so it's not quite as obnoxiously square. But really, honestly, the trigger guard should go right up against the roll piece there, and then we'll just cut out the trigger guard. Yeah. Now we'll take and put you in object mode and put you, because this is effectively our trigger guard. Now, copy and paste so we can keep using that for other things. Now we can scale it down a little because it doesn't need to be like that. You don't need to be like that. Don't be like that. All right, we move it to right about here, and then we flatten it out. Because really, we're going to be moving like so. Moving like so. And moving like so. Yeah. Man, as my kid would say, this is all janky. He's into janky. That's his new word. He likes that word a lot. So yeah, I mean, so in the spirit of the way that I believe the world to be in the Unity, the default operation for this is stun. It does nothing more than freeze you up. So even if you accidentally discharge it, it really doesn't do your world any harm. It just makes your life miserable for a minute. In fact, I'm sure there are probably kids who idiotically shoot each other with face. Actually, they did that in Strange New Worlds too. Ow, that hurt. Which was particularly cute and funny. And I'm not lying. As a teenager, that's literally what I thought I would do with a phaser. Is the first thing I would do is, "Hey Bob," that was funny. Now you do me when you wake up. I mean, it was. I could totally see doing that. So when they did it in Strange New Worlds, I was like, yeah, okay, that would have been me. That would have been me. I totally would have done that. The whole Enterprise bingo thing, that would be me. I'd so be doing that. Really. Yeah, civilian versions have stun only. Like police versions are stun only and stuff like that. Anytime you're dealing with civilians, the military gets the kill version, but the kill version's mostly intentionally designed to be against things that are not sentient. So anytime it's a sentient life form, yeah, well, that's the thing. How much of a charge do you set on the charge meter? If you charge, 100% or whatever, it zots you for 2 hours and you're out for 2 hours. But I mean, like, the world is really messy. So I'd be willing to bet that also some of the things are, if you set it for charge 2 and you're firing against a Shakrana, then you do the math and that puts them out for 2.73 seconds. But if you fire on level 2 at a human, it puts them out for 2 hours. If you fire at level 2 against it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's not going to be simple. It's going to be one of those, you just know that you've got to thump people with level 2 if it's a human and whatever. I'm sure that's stuff we'll have to. You know what you could do? You could do this the easy way and do that. But no, that would have been smart. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it'd be, how long is the stun setting going to be stuff? I mean, you could totally see it. It's like, hey guys, you have to remember that if you're firing against and and this, that, and the other thing, Personally, I feel like the Unity might abhor a lot of sciences put towards how long we can kill you. In general, that's going to be against their setup and their rig. Okay, well, Boolean, yeah, work that there, apply, and then we'll never need this one again because that's a weird shape. And now we have this, a totally reasonable start for this. Wide beam, narrow beam, things like that. All right, we're getting there, guys. Already have sort of the side of this going pretty well. And take my cylinder again, but I'm not going to use that for anything else on this side. I don't think so. Let's sure though. I probably will add widgets to it at some point, and I probably won't add widgets to it. But what I probably will do is craft in and out on either sides over here so it's a little bit shaped, because we haven't actually attended the front at all. But I think we are done with all of the holes in the side of this object. So now we will rotate it this way until that's 190 degrees over. And now we can start the barrel pieces. Right. And Commonwealth, the concept behind the Commonwealth's theory process as a culture is more, now that I know the words, I can use them, but it's more Hobbesian, right? So knowing that that's the case, now I can say it's more Hobbes-like. So they believe that people, by default, if you leave them alone, become, horrible creatures. So the Commonwealth won't have their phasers, if you will, are not going to rotate like ours do. With the Unity, they specifically rotate so that you have to work at it to put the weapon and kill. Set weapons for tuna fish sandwich. Set weapon for transmogrify. Yeah. And then we need this to be up front for the clip to hold that. Right, so we will, and you too. Uh-oh. When I originally envisioned these weapons, part of the consideration was cosplay. Like, how cool would this be to be a cosplay gun, So, and actually, because we're going to be doing this, I want that connector to go to the back. Okay. So we're going to go to the front, make sure that that's lined up properly. It looks pretty solid in the centroid of the weapon. And then we will take and do the thing. Yes, exactly. Boolean, and this time we're going to hit union. And then we'll do that and apply. And that then makes this object no longer needed. But now we have the center core piece of which everything rotates around the weapon. Okay. We're going to go for about 5 more minutes or so. And then we will go on ahead and move on. I'm kind of doing the thinking here of what I'm going to do with this. We need to just add a new box because it's not going to. There we go. So we'll do the stun side. And the stun side looks markedly different than the kill side. Everything looks nicer and happier. Okay, see you later there, Donald. We'll be broadcasting from the con at some point here. So I am totally a Pooh Bear. I'm just saying. Apparently, and who knew, I'm very popular with gay men who are into bears. I didn't know that, but I found out about that when I went dancing with my wife. So there's a thing. And there, you know something. Which, you know. All right. So what I want to really emphasize with the weapon is that in stun mode, it will look smiley. So all of the slices will be turned upward like this. Once you rotate it to kill mode, it becomes more aggressive. All of the graphics lean in. And so that's a real important piece of this. The graphical pieces of this particular weapon. So but also it is extraordinarily clear. Yes, clear. Yes, very clear. That the weapon is in stun mode. So there's no question at all about, George, I have to do work. I know you want scritches. I get scritches. I understand scritches, but I've got work to do. So before you come up here looking for scritches, be aware I'm working. Because I'm going to work even if you stick your face in my face, which you're about to do because you're George. Yeah, I know. Face in face. It's a thing. You are who you are. You're stepping on the mouse cord. Thank you. You have made this impossible to do, you know. But you're a good cat. But even if you're weird. All right. You know what? Maybe you're the sign that we need to move on. Right? It's pink. Well, so the idea that I got this from was actually the Kelvin Universe phasers, right? The Kelvin Universe phasers have the nozzle, the front part rotates from kill to stun. And stun's blue and kill's red. And then Discovery's phasers have a button on the back that's red or blue, depending on whether it's on stun or kill. And I thought, you know, they're doing that as business, right? They're just doing that to indicate that, oh man, they're doing that to indicate that you know that's happening so that you can easily. I'm going to switch this back to. You need to be moved up, by the way, to here. That way people can see me. Because see, like right now, I'm way down below the people can see me spot. Yeah, you're a weirdo. Like all the way down on the timeline, looks like. So, just asking. So, all right. All right. So after I thought about it though, I kind of had this concept thought that in real life, though, it would be useful because then you would know easily whether you're about to be stunned by the police or shot by the police and killed, right? And you're less likely to fear your life if you think this is on stun, the weapon is on stun, it's not going to actually kill me. I'm just going to fall over and not be able to move. And that's okay. You can have a lot less terror involved if it's set for stun instead of kill. But then, when you finally push somebody to pull the bolt, rotate it, slap the bolt in, and extend the stock, now you're dealing with, oh crap, I'm in trouble. Like something bad is about to happen. Something very bad is about to occur. And that's a very different thought process. You're like, I'm going to get up here so that you are forced to. I've got a cat butt in my face. That's you. You're the cat butt in question. You're licking my face. We love you, though. You're a weird little cat butt. Yeah, I know. You're so strange. You smell like cat food. You know you smell like cat food, right? George, you weirdo. So now I'm liking this design a little bit better. So I'm emphasizing it. I'm emphasizing it quite a bit. And I've got to end this pretty soon because I did promise Troy that I'd head down there at some point. So this front piece here, though, needs to be clear so that you can attach the extender on the front. So I'll put this here and like that, maybe. That sounds good. Yeah, and then you can put that extender on the front, and that'll be important. Yeah, you don't want to change it too easily. You want to be able to, it has to be click, 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 clack. And you are, now we're serious. Now things have gotten ugly. So we're going to take this here and we'll extend it across to the other side. There. Then extend this out to here. Well, no, because this is the slide. So extend it to there. So the stun bar on one side. Why are you off? You shouldn't be off. There. Right. Do not press keys on the keyboard, you weird cat. All right. So we got the beginnings of the sidearm. The Unity sidearm in stun mode. Yeah. That's pretty much, I mean, that's not totally what we're looking for because there's going to be another piece here that extends out. But at least that's the start of the Unity sidearm. And we'll go for one more minute and then I'm out of here. But I want to add another cube just to start the idea and the concept of the kill section down here. Mostly so I'll remember what that guy was doing. There we go. And then this section we can extend to there, which will look much more aggressive when flipped around. And back here, that weapon doesn't look as aggressive. We'll have to trim it down and stuff like that, but here it doesn't look as aggressive as it will flipped. And that's the whole idea. All right, so we'll save as two. There we go. All right, guys. I'm heading off to Hexacon. So I'll see you all at the rendezvous. I have to figure out how to do. Man, I've got to fix the light rig this weekend because boy, this is difficult. So anyway, all right. I will see you guys in a little bit, probably broadcasting from Rocky Mountain Geek Tank. So if you guys are looking for where the Geek Tankers are recording from or broadcasting from, you'll see it on our Facebook channel. So if you want to figure that out, go to Rocky Mountain Geek Tank on Facebook. And until then, guys, I will see you guys Sunday night as usual. I may be late Sunday night because I'm going over to help Pepper and stuff like that. So may even be broadcasting from Pepper's house for all we know. You know how these things go. So maybe at Pepper's house. We'll see. The long haul on Sunday. So if I don't see you then, I will see you guys Monday morning. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.